Pat McAfee is incredible at what he does. That is not what I was saying. What I was saying is I'm tired of it just being two people at ESPN. They have two superstars, and I don't love one of them, and that's Pat McAfee. He's not my favorite. I don't like Stephen A. Smith, and those are the two people that are going to get shoved down your throat on ESPN content now. It's Pat McAfee is incredible at what he does, and a couple comments made a good point. He brings energy, and baseball, they don't have a guy in baseball that brings that same kind of energy. The closest person I would say that does that is Jared Carrabis, and I don't know what he's doing anymore.
Well,
so.
Every generation in like sports has this one guy who kind of redefines the game. And like it's Bill Simmons for maybe our parents' generation, or maybe a little bit younger than that, maybe millennial kind of age. I don't know, maybe like Barstool a little bit more for like millennials, like, and then like we're cuspers. It feels like Pat McAfee when he came around was like, oh, like this is how you can be. Like you can have like a sense of whimsy and fun and be yourself. And I know like Barstool maybe has the be yourself brand a little bit more, but it was that's a different be yourself than like Pat McAfee and his friends.
Pat McAfee worked for Barstool for a while. Then he went independent, and then ESPN backed up the truck and paid him. Now, I just want it said that this is not a shot at him at all. We're fucking nothing, dude. We're mosquitoes on the wall. We're less than that. Yeah. This means our opinion don't mean shit. But I don't need him. I don't need him. I don't particularly love that he was a big voice in the home run contest because the home run derby. There we go, home run derby. That was a boomer to me. Yeah. Back, gone! That was boomer for me when growing up. And yes, that means I'm old and fucking 30 now. Yeah, fucking shakes fist at wind, right? But I don't know. I didn't love it. But that energy that he brings to other parts, I know you're a big WWE guy, and I know the WWE people are split on him. Yeah. People really like him because he brings this weird, like this really energetic fandom. Like it's like a fan is there being a part of it and being super excited about it. And then the other half is like, oh, he's trying too much. He's doing too hard. He thinks the show's about him. But he still brings that type of energy. He does that in football. He does that in college. Game day that ESPN does, he's so good at it. I'm just saying that you don't need to interject him into everything. You're not going to what's the phrase I'm looking for? You're not going to, I want to say rewrite the Bible, but that's not what I'm looking for. It's just like, you're not going to make this go. He's not going to be a golden goose in every single sport. Yeah. It's just not, because he doesn't really care about baseball. Yeah. But the things he does care about, the things he's passionate about, the WWE, football and college football, he crushes, dude. He's arguably the biggest media personality out there right now because of it.
For the record, I need to defend myself. I'm not a big WWE guy in any sense of the word. I actually find
AEW.
I find it similar to Marvel movies. Like if I don't know if
I meant wrestling in general. Sorry.
No, I was trying to make a comparison. No, I don't care. But I think this is more of a criticism of ESPN and where ESPN has come. Like I was watching Sportscenter. I think. I was watching SportsCenter more about like a couple months ago during March Madness, where I'd finish the game and just SportsCenter would be on, maybe the NBA Finals, and I'd watch and be like, this is like shit. Like this is not the SportsCenter I grew up with in the morning, where it felt like it was actually about sports. Now it's just about like creating content.
SVP is the only one I like now.
SVP, I mean, he's a generation more like talent himself, but like this is more criticism of ESPN and where ESPN has gone to. It's no longer about like, I don't want to say journalism because like I feel like sports journalism is like one of those like, I don't know. It's not the same as like journalism. There's no Watergate investigation. There's no like a spotlight investigation happening in sports. Even though Pedro, whatever his name is, who works with Katie Nolan, he fucking rocks. But that's a different thing. It's more criticism of ESPN in that fact that they no longer care about making it about sports. It's about numbers. It's about moments, about numbers. It's about, hey, let's call this guy. And, some exec goes, well, what drives content online? And it's like, well, Pat McAfee gets a lot of play. It's like, all right, let's put him in there then. Some guy who like, some executive who probably hasn't watched baseball in years is like, well, Pat McAfee gets a lot of play, so let's put him in there. Or some executive who the youngest person he's interacted with in the past 5 years is 55 years old, and so he doesn't understand like, oh, okay, like that what actually people like is the Sportscenter of the old. Now, again, this is Angry Man Yells at Cloud and like being a boomer. This is like boomerism in some sense. Like it was better when I was younger, but it was like in some way better when we were younger. Now it's like it's slop. It is content slop now.
ESPN and MTV when we were younger are so much better than what they are now. That is my biggest boomer. That's almost a hot take. I don't know. Shit, maybe we'll just use that this week.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe
I'm not against that.
I got a quick one.
Okay,
but yeah, no, dude, it is. Of course, it's objectively better to me because I grew up with it. But I don't know, man. Nothing has filled that void. I guess part of my take is my number one sports like thing I consume outside of actual sports. Part of my take. I listen to every episode. I'm an AWL. The rest of it, I run that shit. Nothing on ESPN grabs my attention like that. Nothing on really Fox grabs my attention like that. No pregame shows. No nothing beside. Oh, excuse the fuck out of me. Inside the NBA is that, and part of my take are the two things that I will stop. Make sure I get to watch or listen to. Nothing else. If it's anything else, it's like I'm on a plane. I have to kill an hour, and I don't want to listen to a podcast or music. All right, well, I'll watch ESPN on their little your thing or whatever it's watching, and I don't particularly enjoy it. In fact, most of the time I'm just sitting there like, holy shit, we're talking about the Cowboys, Dodgers, Braun again. Oh my fucking god! Not that they're not the biggest names in their respective sports or anything, but that's what it is.
I do think like I like part of my take, and I like. The problem is I feel like there's nothing that I like. Growing up, I read like Grantland, and I like some up on Page 2 and stuff like that. Grantland was like Bill Simmons. It was the Ringer before the Ringer, but it was a different kind of Ringer. And I like the Ringer. He just like talks about pop culture and basketball too much, where it's like that's all you guys have anymore. It does not feel like there's a good. It does not feel like there's a sports media that takes sports media seriously, if that makes sense. There are like pockets here and there, like the Joel Embiid sees you article from this week from ESPN was one of the best things I've ever read. It's probably the best piece of sports journalism I've read in the past 5 years, maybe. There's one on the Ringer actually about Draymond Green in like therapy or something like that I remember reading in February. That was pretty good. But there's nothing anymore like that, and it's all about the commodification of moments. Everyone's trying like. It's fuck it. I'll say this. It's like why Barstool streams things. It's not about content. It's about the commodification of moments. Everything needs to be commodified into this little like moment where it can be mass produced and mass sent out, and then we can get clicks and likes and sponsorships.
It's trying to go viral. It's trying to go viral in everything now. Now it's not just making I made a pie out of whipped cream and marshmallows. What a fucking weird thing for me to say. Check out my recipe, and it goes viral, and everyone's like, "Oh, try the whipped cream and marshmallow pie." It's I was fucking. I said, "Damn Daniels." That's aged me. Damn Daniels, this man's shoes and shit like that. It's a want to go viral, but now it's transformed into sports media wanting a piece of that pie. What's the dumb thing, incredible thing that we can say, do, or witness, or react to, and oh my god, here's 100,000 million likes, and we made 17 cents off of ad revenue off this TikTok because it got 200,000 likes.